And we just showed you the railroad trestle underpass right there at I-10. We do have a rather amazing story to show you that also happened there. Our photographer, Jimmy Brown, was there with one of our other employees, Chris Merrifield. I mean, there he is. He's just shooting the trestle. And watch to the right of your screen. Bam.
Unbelievable.
Car drives in. Chris Merrifield, being the most polite human I know, told Jimmy, "Excuse me," and then ran into the water. He knew immediately that there was a problem.
And he's such a nice guy. He really is. And that man was very appreciative. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to run his comments, but he was very appreciative. And you know, our photographer said, because we were saying, how do you just, drive 55 miles an hour into a wall of water? And he said, actually, we actually didn't realize that we were going to be driving into much the same thing. He said, the term he used was mirage. He said, you're driving along, and all of a sudden you hit a wall of water. So, that poor guy, he unfortunately realized it moments too late.
And thankfully, Chris Merrifield was there. He's actually, the car is floating. He's actually pulling the car back so it doesn't get further underwater. And they tried desperately to try to open the door, and the water pressure much too strong for that. So you roll the window down, and that's how he got out. And when you don't do it often. In fact, you rarely do it around here. You rarely drive on the interstates by yourself. Right. There's always cars around that give you bearings, and that's another reason why if you're driving along and you don't see there's no other car in front of you that went into that water, you're out there by yourself, and it can happen.
And we should thank some of our colleagues here at WWL, because I think for us this is part of the ball game. I mean, right. It's something you expect to work through a hurricane, but Chris, he's not in the news department. Right. He's just been a tremendous help. And then there have been so many, too many to name, who have sent their families to higher ground and decided to help us through the storm. So we certainly appreciate all their efforts. It does not go unnoticed.